What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the WD Sports Lounge. I'm your host, Woody Dayon, and we're here live for another video, and we're going to be talking about the WNBA. WNBA looks like they're making headlines for everything but basketball. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you're just tuning into the lounge, welcome. If you're here already, if you've come here before, welcome back. But just had to get that out the way. But anyway, we just talking about the Indiana Fever and the Indiana Fever and Chicago Sky that played a couple of days ago, and apparently there was the game was intense, and it was going on, but then a huge foul was assessed by DiJonai Carrington, who has a bit of a reputation to play rough, aggressive, dirty, as a lot of people call it. And she was assessed with a flagrant 2 foul against Sophie Cunningham, where you can clearly see she was going up for a block. She was trying to go for a block ball, which I think she took off a little too late, and there was nothing else left but Sophie Cunningham head, and she pretty much clotheslined her all from the sky. And we all know that from the NBA perspective, when you hit somebody on the head, it's a flagrant 2 foul, it's automatic suspension, it's automatic ejection. But with the WNBA, they play their rules pretty differently, and it's not what and what happened afterwards is after DiJonai Carrington was pretty much not eliminated, but she was ejected from the game. She went to social media and accused accused the WNBA or the officials of white privilege because they kicked her out of the game, and pretty much now we have another controversy that has nothing to do with basketball. If for those who don't know, Sophie Cunningham has made headlines prior to this whole situation. It was about her stance for the for the transgender not playing in the WNBA and keeping the WNBA strictly for women and girls, females of that gender. Well, she's gotten a lot of backlash from the community, and to a point where there's a division. There's people that's cheering on for her, and there's people that's against her. And to me, it's just it's a common sense situation. But I mean, everything needs a story, and that's what I'm saying. Like the WNBA is like going off of storylines that has nothing to do with the game. And another thing that occurred after that foul where DiJonai was ejected. Not only did she go to take to social media, and the controversy happened, but also Sophie Cunningham's coach, Stephanie White, stepped in and defended DiJonai Carrington for the act that she did. Now, in the sense that she was defending her, she was making it seem like, okay, maybe the referees were a little too over the top with the call by calling a flagrant 2, but we all know in basketball, you hit anybody in the head, it's automatic flagrant 2. It may not have been like that back in the 80s and 90s, but the game has completely changed, and with the rules that are set right now, those are the rules. So in this case, where a coach should be coming in there defending their player or going against the opposition, she went against the grain, and she went, she defended DiJonai Carrington. And I was listening to Fearless earlier today, and Whitlock called it down the line, man. It's like, it's a group thing. If you're not part of the group, you're gonna, they're gonna squeeze you lifeless until they're gonna squeeze the pride out of you. I mean, no pun intended, but they're gonna squeeze that out of you until you either cave or be a part of the situation. So my opinion with this is this: as a coach, you never let your players get hung out to dry like that. Everybody's looking at you in the locker room as the leader that's supposed to be taking the team to the next level. And the lack of leadership that you display, Stephanie White, by not having your players back, that's how you lose a locker room. And once you lose a locker room, and that's how you lose your job. And everybody's saying that, Lisa Salters is his wife, is her wife, so she, she might be better off going to ESPN anyway. Maybe she should, because the way she's coaching, not only Caitlin Clark, but the team itself, she's not allowing Caitlin Clark to show her skill set. Although she's not having a great season, although she has not had great games, but she's shown flashes when it's time for her to take over, how she takes over the game. And she's been, I think, the last 3, 4, I say 5 games that she's had a great turnout. She's had a 40-point game. She had a 30-point game not too long ago. And we're not focused on that. You know what I'm saying? We're focused on all the drama of the WNBA, just like, just like KTV say, the gift that keeps on giving. Shout out to KTV, Black and White Sports. I listen to you guys because they give the best insight of the WNBA. But yeah, my opinion about the whole thing is that, man, when you're a coach, you stand up for your team. In some cases, whether it's right or wrong, even if it's at fault or not, you don't throw your player out. You don't throw your player under the bus. And you can see clearly how distraught Caitlin Clark was. She had her head buried in her hands. So it was kind of like a shameful, like, are you kidding me? You really gonna have this girl's back? You really gonna defend the ops in front of us on live TV? Nah, man. Just like they say, that's a fireable offense. That's really bad. That's a bad precedent to set. And you, as a coach, that's the remedies to losing your locker room. And I think Stephanie White has lost the locker room. I think it's a waste of season for the Indiana Fever. But the Indiana Fever does have enough talent to take themselves to the next level if they decide that they're going to part ways with Stephanie White. But I don't think they're going to do it in the middle of the season because, like you said, it'll be a lot of uproar, outrage, If they're not making it about politics, they're going to make it about racial division or racial motivation. And we're pretty much never going to get a real season as it is. So I just thought I had to mention that. This league is making headlines for all the wrong reasons. They're not making headlines because the game is good. They're making headlines because there's storylines. It's storylines that's being created left and right off of outrage. Like, just, I don't know. It's just... For me, it doesn't make any sense for the way the outrage is. It was a hard foul. They called the foul. It was a flagrant 2. You got ejected. Take your ejection like a man, or a professional. There you go. There go the word. Take your punishment like a professional. Finish out the game. Keep your mouth shut and come on to the next game. Especially if you have a reputation. We all saw the same thing with Draymond Green and Gerald Wallace, Stewart. You have a lot of players that actually play a little more aggressive, dirty, and they don't get the nod when it comes to certain calls. So in this case, if the WNBA wants to be treated as a professional league, then this is what's going to happen. You have to follow the rules, and there's been like 2 different violations that happened, with DiJonai going online talking about the whole situation. That it's under their CBA that you're not allowed to go to social media after an ejection, and that's exactly what she did. She violated that rule. Now, will the WNBA enforce that rule and inflict more punishment to her? That's yet to be seen. And based on the WNBA's reputation as such, I don't think they're going to follow up on any punishment when it comes to DiJonai Carrington. But y'all tell me what y'all think on the comment section. Was the foul merited? Was she merit a suspension for it? Do you think that she was in her rights to actually drive another controversy by calling out white privilege? Let me know what you think on the comment section. Beat it up. Let me know. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and thank you for being at the lounge. This is the WD Sports Lounge. I'm your host, Woody Dale, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Ciao.